All right, so we're live, man. I appreciate you coming on the show, man, for sure, man.
100%. 100%.
So, for the people that are just getting familiar with you, go ahead and tell people like who you are and some of the things that you do.
Oh man, I'm Ian Connor. I'm originally um a musical artist, you feel me? I'm a actor, philanthropist, you feel me? I I do whatever that I need to do to survive, you feel me?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So, so we go jump into one of your songs right away, and then we go come back and talk and stuff. So, this first one that we will play is called "Star Destroyer." So, tell us about that and where people can find it before we play it.
Oh boom, you can look it up on YouTube, you feel me? Facebook. Star Destroyer is like I'm coming from a different perspective. You feel me? I'm basically trying my best to be more well rounded in music, so to speak. And man, I've been like just doing my passion more so, like stepping out of the hip hop space and going into like more of punk, and and this is just one of the offerings. You feel me, from that life change.
For sure. So we'll get right into it, man, and we'll come back and talk after this.
My bones were shattered. You carried me home. My one and only love. Please, I'm in pain, I'm alone. My one and only love. My one and only love. Oh, you owe me one. That's like you owe me some. Oh, you owe me one. That's like you owe me some. Oh, you owe me one. That's like you owe me some. I think I'm lost in a spaceship. You can avoid that song. I get emotional. Can't make these words out. I'm lost in emotion. Lost with no choice. I get emotional. I think I'm lost in a spaceship. You can avoid that song. I get emotional. Can't make these words out. I'm lost in emotion. Lost with no choice. I get emotional. Battered, broken, you left me undone in a corner. Can't stand it. I stumble back against the wall. I won't fall. You left me undone. I get emotional. I need you close. I get emotional. That's right, I need you closer. She saw my wandering soul. It took my spirit and broke it. I never thought I need hope. I never thought I need hope. I think I'm lost in a spaceship. We can avoid that song. I get emotional. Can't make these words out. I'm lost in emotion. Lost with no choice. I get emotional. I think I'm lost in a spaceship, deep in the void that's strong. I get emotional, can't make these words out. I'm lost in emotion, lost with no choice. I get emotional. Oh, battery broken, you left me in a corner, can't stand it. I stumble back against the wall. I won't fall. You left me under. I get emotional. I need you close, I get emotional.
So, technical difficulties. All right, so so what was it that made you actually like sit down and make your first song?
What made me sit down and make my first song? Let me reflect on that for a second. Uh, and I want to say something like that's that's more forward thinking, but it was like I really want to be like more transparent, and it's like, man, it was like following the crowd basically. It's like most of the people where I'm from are heavy into the making music space. So I would want to say it's like, oh yeah, like my pain, my struggle, and I had to put pen to pad, and it wasn't no shit like that. You feel me? It was more so everyone's around me, we're doing this, and I just happen to be good at it. So why not? It was a why not type of thing, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. What do you feel like is your best work to this date?
Best work. Okay. Ugh. Like what? Okay, because that's a weird question, right? Because it's like what has performed good and what people may assume to be my best work today is different from what I would classify as like something that's more dear to me, you know?
Well, if somebody was gonna like give you the opportunity and they're like, I'm gonna listen to one song and it's either gonna be like I'm either gonna listen to you or if I don't like the song, then I'm not gonna give you a chance after this. What song would you run with?
Ooh.
No, that's kind of a good question, but
Yeah, you feel me? Because it's like in that scenario, it's like, well, I wouldn't want you to listen to my music. You feel me? Like,
yeah,
because it might not be for you. Because I'm not an artist where it's like, oh, this is a one song fits all type of thing. You feel me? Like
nah,
maybe you can find something in there that's like good. Because I'm more of a catalog artist more than I'm looking for an opportunity type of guy. You feel me?
yeah,
Like I have all the shit that, let's say if I was to sign to a record deal, you feel me? Like I have all the shit that comes with that already in my day-to-day life without music, you feel me?
hmm,
Like I live in a $250,000 house already. You feel me? So it's like it's a strange question because I'm not yearning for the acceptance of the big wigs in the music industry per se. You feel me?
yeah. Well, in your opinion, what do you feel like is your favorite song that you've made?
Man, it will right now and it fluctuates. You feel me between things. So right now it's like yeah, Stardust Destroyer is like it's one of like I recorded it like a year or two ago. I like it the most. It's like it's something that like it has that depth to it if you actually listen to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like other people like might love like there's a song that I have called Heaven, right? And it's the song that most people gravitate towards, right? And they're like, oh, well, this song is for me type shit. You feel me?
Hmm.
I necessarily don't feel that way. You feel me? So that's why it's such a weird question because it's like what I might like is something that wouldn't be marketable. For instance, like a
Yeah.
song like Heaven or a song I have a song called Fast, right? Which is way more marketable. So if it's like I'm sitting in a meeting or some shit with UMG, like they might want to hear that song opposed to one of my favorite songs of mine. You feel me?
Hmm.
So
I
I can understand the nuance of the question. You feel me? But it's like that's asking because I'm so diametrically opposed to that viewing. You feel me?
hmm
Which I can put myself in those shoes to be like, oh, well, this song would be more marketable. So if you listen to this song, that can show you how many, spins you can do, how much you can market it. You can put your dollars behind this. You
yeah.
know me?
Hmm. For sure. So what's your favorite part about making music?
My favorite part about the bitches. Nah, I'm joking.
Mhm.
Um, let me see. Things that you can that like things that I can convey in music. I can't necessarily have conversations about those things, right?
Mhm.
So it's like it allows you, and it's like I want to say expressing more, but it's much deeper than that. You feel me? It's like music is a language within itself. So I probably can convey more of my life story to you better in a song than I could in like a 2 hour long interview. You feel me?
Yeah, for sure.
So and I mean, and then music transcends so many boundaries. So like that would be like my my answer to that question. Like it helps me like hit more ears than I can do with just me talking.
For sure. So tell us about this April Fool's song before we play it.
April Fools was a just me just fed up with rapping, right? And being at a moment where it's like I'm teetering on that line of fuck this shit and but I need to make more. It's like that monster in your stomach. So it's telling you you have to create something. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And this song just came as a result of that
Okay.
thought
All
process.
right. Well, we gonna get right into it then. Man, this is April Fool's.
Yeah. Yeah, stomach in a knot. Put on my plot, all my was out the box. You see, unorthodox, I was clapping, yeah. Waking up April 1st, the fool not cut like that. Hop in the hoopty with a groupie, I'm just trying to relax. You miss the stud in the backyard, I collapse with a clap from the audience. I'm walking out the auditorium. I had the food, power floor. My wrist cost the mortgage. I dance naked in the forest with this pagan bitch. I'm trying to remain consistent. I do magic with a Constantine. Then I turned in my dissertation to a chemist. They just for this shit. I'm a Kage of my village. Real inquisitive. I need an incentive. I insist I'm only one in the miss. Moreover, keep the commission. Not interested, no, I'm interested in a new beginning. Lady lost in the wind. Let's be feeling like Joey and friends. The words hasn't begun. Every vigilante with a gun. Oh, what's up, bitch? Sound like hummingbirds hitting you. Sound like hummingbirds hitting you. Y'all please take me away. Hey, baby, I need you to stay before they take me away. Lord, please take me away. Hey, baby, I need you to stay before they take me away. Lord, please take me away. Hey, baby, I need you to stay before they take me away. Lord, please take me away. Hey, baby, I need you to stay before they take me away. Lord, please take me away. Take me away. Lord, please take me away. Take me away.
I think that I gotta give an answer. So what do you feel about the current music scene right now?
Uh Man, I'm being so honest with you. I don't pay attention. Like, what do you mean by music scene? Like, do you mean by like rap music scene
Nah,
or
just with the
music in
way
general?
music in general, like basically the way that music has changed with the streaming platforms and you know what I mean, just basically like the music scene as a whole.
Mm. Like, I'm still not getting it. What do you mean exactly by that? Like, okay,
Well,
like, did
cause
it actually change? Like, or
yeah,
you're asking me, did it actually change
no,
from
I'm just
like what it
asking like
once
how you.
was?
Yeah, because I mean, it used to be like if you wanted to have your music in stores, there wasn't like DistroKid, there wasn't these opportunities for like independent artists to get heard in the way they are. But in my person, but at the same time, it kind of floods the market where you don't
Yeah, it
really have,
saturates it.
yeah, you
It's
don't really have those
oversaturated.
serious artists. Like it used to be like, you know, if you went to a store and bought an album or you went to Apple Music, then you knew that them artists were serious, like real artists, you know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
now half of them probably recorded it in the bathroom on their phone. You know what I mean? There's nothing's wrong with that. But I'm just saying, like, how do you feel about the music as a whole, like the industry?
Yeah, I feel like it. I mean that, like, just that point alone, like it taints the music industry as a whole because it's like you said, it's like people going into a hall closet, you feel me, and recording music, or they're like, and I'm not even speaking on it from a like a creativity or a passionate format type shit.
Yeah.
it doesn't even matter about the past if we just talking about just the music industry alone. You feel me? There's less quality in the music. It's less like people putting their best foot forward,
Yeah.
and then they're able to, which I'm completely opposed to the DSPs, right? Because if you really look at it, I don't put my music on DSPs. I don't have music on SoundCloud. I mean, Spotify, iTunes, things of that nature, just for that reason alone, right? Because it's like I understand the monetary gain, right? But it's like people are using these platforms like we used to use, like shit like MySpace and live mixtapes on some shit. You feel me? Or that piff. Like they're using these platforms like that now. You feel me? Where it's
Yeah.
like they're not, and there's no differentiation between who's actually serious and who's not.
Yeah.
So now
Yeah.
it's basically a free for all where you're giving these people the opportunity to create music who have no, they have no understanding of what goes into these things, right?
Yeah.
So it's to the point where somebody will make a song on an iPhone or on like what's the app? There's an app that you can record music on. I forget what it's
Like,
called.
there's a
Uh
couple of them, like Band Lab and
BandLab, right? So
yeah.
you get people making these songs on BandLab or just any app like that. You feel me? And they equate themselves to be as serious as a person who's using Pro Tools. You feel me? Or a
Yeah.
person who's on any other musical program that they're spending money on. And then you get you feel me? You get a box. You feel me? You get an actual microphone. You feel me? Whether it's a USB microphone or if you got that power behind it, and
Yeah.
they're equating themselves like on that level. You feel me? Like we should be taking as serious as that person. Or if a person is like spending his hard-earned fucking money on actual studio time, you feel me, in Manhattan on some shit, you feel me? And
Yeah.
he have live instrumentation behind it, they're equating themselves to that. And it's like, well, you have no real artistry. You're not taking this music serious. I believe it's probably low key because I hate to say it like that because it's probably way more equivalent to like how Prince used to look at the music industry back in the day. Like you motherfuckers aren't, you feel me, playing the piano, you feel me, on the guitar, you feel me, behind the drums like I am. So why
Yeah.
should I even take you serious? You feel me? And like
Yeah.
y'all using beat machines and shit. Like why should you be put in the same conversation as me?
Yeah. For
But
sure.
these people feel this way.
Yeah. I feel the same way though. Like I feel like is I'm kind of torn between the two because I understand like there's a lot of good talented people out there that don't necessarily have the funds or the means to get real studio equipment. So it's like, you know what I mean, there's like passionate people that record on their phone, but at the
Mm-hmm.
same time there's like a lot of them that are just hobbyists or they're just trying to make money. They're trying to do it because they're trying to be cool, you know what I mean? And it takes away from the real artist, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like for real, like I completely agree with what you're saying though, you know what I'm saying? Like I think it's good and it's bad. I think it's good in a way, but it's almost like the minor leagues. Like I feel like it should be like there should be different levels to the shit, you know what I mean?
And I mean, it is, you know, like
I mean there
it's an
is.
unspoken rule of it. It is being that, but I'm completely just to like just draw a line in the sand. You feel me? I'm completely opposed to it. You feel me?
Yeah.
Even just the streaming itself, like I'm completely opposed to it for a myriad of different reasons. Because it's like it's the oversaturation. It's the, well, how are they actually making money off of this? Like how are we like how are we even monetizing this shit? You feel me? Or how are real artists who are actually folk, because like you said, yeah, there are passionate people, but I feel like you shouldn't even put your eggs in this basket if you're not serious enough to actually record the right way. You shouldn't be trying to do, you need to be focusing on something else. Because us who are really feeling some type of way about this, us who actually have that monster, that proverbial monster in your stomach, you feel me, we're actually doing the work that comes with this.
Yeah.
And these people have these shortcuts, and like I said, they're equating themselves to actually, because now you will understand. It's like back in the day, you feel me? If you were a fucking brick mason, you feel me? If you don't have all the equipment, but you're passionate about brick, well, you're not actually passionate about it. You feel me? If you're not willing to do the work and study and figure out how to get to that next level of your artistry, you feel me? You're not serious about this. You might want to say you are, but you're really not. And it's not even not to say that you can't make good songs on these things or you can't put out a decent project. But us who are focused on, we're focused on winning Grammys, you feel me? We're trying to be recognized by people who make this at a very fucking high level. But then you have these people who don't give a fuck regardless, you feel me, of how it may look or how it may seem. I just want to do this because for monetary gain, or I want to do this because I feel, you feel me? That's why I don't like people like putting that into the what, like you said, like, yeah, we should have a categories, and not even categories, like not even put them on the fucking radar, you feel me? And like figure out new ways to see who's actually serious about this shit. Because you have levels even with people who are doing it what I consider to be the right way. You have levels to that shit where it's like you'll have like someone like Tyler the Creator, and he puts forth his best fucking, like his best foot forward, you feel me? But then you'll have him going up against a DJ Khaled, you feel me? And then you'll see him dominating the fucking charts and shit when it comes to a We the Best project. And certain people who are in that realm of We the Best are like, how the fuck did that happen? And you're not looking at what went into what the fuck he's doing over here. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it's a seriousness within that, but then you get this whole nother level over here where people who are not serious at all being equated to what I'm doing. And that makes me feel kind of disrespected, or it's like a spitting, like you're spitting in my fucking face. Like,
yeah. Like I remember, like, cause I grew up in Houston, and I remember like whenever I was growing up and stuff, it was like if you wanted to record like an album or even a song or something, you had to go like pay for studio time.
come
You had to
on,
get
you had to press
actual
up CDs with your money.
exactly. So it was like you had to actually invest something. So it was like you had to really put something forward into it. You know what I mean? But so what are some artists that inspired you? I know that we talked before about it, but since we're doing it on this podcast, what are some artists that's inspired you?
Man, well, right now, man, I've been listening to like fucking Frank Sinatra, you feel me? I've been getting inspired by fucking Black Sabbath, you feel me? That old Ozzy, you feel me? Like, not even to get into when he transitioned into being just Ozzy, you feel me? It's like, I've been getting inspired by, man, there's been a plethora of shit. Bad Brains, my nigga, like, fucking, damn, like, fucking, Hootie and the Blowfish, fucking, AC/DC, like fucking Sex Pistols, fucking like I have not as of late been gaining any inspiration from the rap scene at all. Like what pop is doing right now, like has been so fucking fascinating for me. Or like what Travis Barker's over there in Cali doing with fucking pop punk lately, you feel me? Like that's been super fucking inspiring, you feel me? Like he's been like grabbing artists from all places and like bringing them together on some pop punk shit, you feel me? Like that's the type of shit, like this new innovative shit has been inspiring me, you feel me? It's like I'm tired of hearing like the rap genre and like you have fucking like artists like fucking Killer Mike being in the same category as a Sexy Red, my nigga, and it's like it's hard, you feel me? Because it's like that's not the same, you feel me, as Mike, you feel me? Like why are they even in the fucking same category, you feel me? Nas puts out a project, you have to put Nas up with a fucking Glorilla or fucking whoever the fuck these kids are, you feel me, making music today.
Well, I've been saying it that I feel like that hip hop should be broken up in different genres, like how rock, was like how it went from where it was rock and roll, and then it went to heavy metal, punk, all these different types of genres, but they're all rock music, but it's like
Mhm.
different genres. I feel like I've been saying that I feel like hip hop should be like that. You know what I mean? Because it already is like that. Like there's trap and there's all these different genres, but like you said, we put them all in the same category whenever we do the awards shows or whenever
Mhm.
we, you know what I mean? It's all hip hop, but I feel like
Mhm.
it should be broken into different because it's completely different music. You know, for somebody to say they like rap doesn't mean that they like all sorts of rap. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Because I feel like it's a big distinction, and me and my friends we have like conversations about this constantly, where it's like a differentiating between hip hop and rap music. You feel me? So it's
Yeah,
like just because this motherfucker is rapping, you feel me, doesn't mean he's hip hop. You feel me? Like,
yeah,
and these people stand on that, which I hate where I'm from because this is distinction. You feel me? Because it's like you have a Boosie or one of these artists, you feel me, who's not inspired by hip hop, but they're making rap music, you feel me?
yeah,
Or it's like most of the people in Louisiana, they're making music from that place where it's like, fuck the sportsmanship, fuck the culture of rap. I I rap, but I'm not that. You feel me? I'm not hip hop at all.
yeah,
And I
yeah,
grew up very into the hip hop culture and more so just in entertainment culture in general, but I gravitated towards the hip hop shit, right? And you have these people who don't, they make the distinction but don't make the distinction. You feel me? So it got to the point where I was classified and considered, oh well, we can throw him out of the conversation of who's the best around here because he's lyrical. You feel me? Like he's a
yeah,
lyrical rapper. He's not doing what we're doing. I'm doing, and they try to like distinguish it between reality rap and I'm like, that's not really a fucking distinction. You feel me? Like, you can make hip
yeah,
hop music be as lyrical as possible and still make react, which is what I'm doing. I'm not doing spiritual miracle. You feel me? Like,
yeah,
I
yeah,
can if I want to, because that's just how I flex my pen. But I'm putting my life in my raps. You feel me? Just like you are. I'm just not snitching on myself every other bar. You feel me? Like
yeah,
I got you digging. You feel me? Like into
yeah,
my psyche more so than on some. That's why I pull back from the questioning of, well, if you had an opportunity, what song would you allow someone to listen to type shit? Because it's like, well, I don't make that type of music. You feel me? For that question to even be relevant for someone like me, you feel me? Like
yeah,
I'm making music. You feel me? If you like it, 100% press play. If you don't like it, push forward. You feel me? Like
yeah,
I'm not trying to appease anyone with this shit that I'm doing because it's more so it's for me at the beginning and then it's for everybody else when I release it. You feel me? Now if you like it, if this resonates with you, cool. But I'm not doing this for a big payday at the end of this. You feel me? I'm
yeah,
not hustling with it. You feel me?
yeah,
This is not my hustle. You feel me? This is what I feel. You feel me? And you're talking to people where it's like, oh, they're making it a hustle, but you're not willing to do the shit that it takes to actually get that $1 million contract. And then when you get it, you don't even know what the fuck that means. You think you're about to get $1 million on some
yeah.
shit. And then you equate that to it still being your music. You feel me?
Well,
Like,
a lot of times whenever they get those advances and stuff, like it's in the contract that they have to sell so many units, they have to do this in order, or if they don't, then they end up owing the contract. They end up owing the record company back the money. You know what I mean?
100%.
Like that's
Because
just
they owe
wrong.
it back anyway. It's a loan.
Yeah, yeah. It's not even like you're really getting that money. They're just basically being like, all right, this is what we think that you can do, so we're gonna give you this money, but you know what I mean. If you don't do it, then you're gonna owe us and shit.
100%. And then it's like a bank. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like our three record labels that are the top tier record labels. They're literally a fucking bank. You feel me? It's like going into Chase and asking for a loan. It's like this. Until you pay this money back, you feel me? And even if you did, depending on the stipulations of your fucking contract, you don't own this music. This is not for you. Why are you even going up in here arguing with someone in an office because it's not yours?
Yeah, yeah, you sign that over and
You
shit.
signed that away already. You
It's
feel
like
me?
putting out a second mortgage on your house or some shit. You know what I mean?
You
You put the
feel me?
house up, so now it's like, you know. The only difference is you can't pay it to get you could pay it to get it back eventually if they want to sell it back to you. You know what I
You
mean?
feel me?
But
Or you should have that because it's nobody's business to teach niggas business. And these niggas are equating business, the music business, with their passion of making music, which are two totally different things. You feel me?
yeah,
Like you can be so good at music, you can have the best song in the world. If you don't have business acumen and you're not trying to go and study the fucking business of music, you're going to feel hurt at the end of the day
oh yeah,
because of things that you signed away, things that
yeah.
you did at the end of the day, and then it becomes a blame game. I remember once listening to an interview with Left Eye from TLC, and she's so pissed off about, you feel me? She just did this record, she done toured, she did all this, and all she got was 300K. You feel me? And I'm like,
Mm.
well, bitch, you got 300K. You feel me? When you put nothing into this,
Yeah,
like you literally put nothing into it, but uh half of a verse on some shit. You feel me? You should be happy that this is what you got. And now you got these people, you got these kids who don't understand the music. And this goes back into the streaming conversation where it's like you have these fucking kids who don't even understand the meaning behind ownership, who don't know what it means to own their publishing, who doesn't, and they're like, oh well, I just want to be an independent artist. Well, what the fuck does that mean to you? Because at the end of the day, it might serve you better to sign all that shit away at the end of the day. You're
yeah,
probably not gonna make that much money being an independent, what
yeah.
you think you're gonna make. So
Well,
you need to.
and being like an independent artist in today's society is like being an ant going against like a herd of lions. You know what I mean? Because you just a little thing like whenever it comes to getting pressed, because that you could be the greatest artist ever, but if you don't got nobody putting you out there and letting people like see you, and then even you have to make like people they don't even care if you're good now. They're not even gonna like you till it's cool to like you. Most of them, you
Yeah,
know what I mean? So
it's
you
about
got
influence. Like,
yeah,
do
you
you
gotta have
have
the influence.
influence? Can you push the needle? Can you make people? Can you put asses in seats at the end of the day?
Yeah.
And that's what it. And if people are not even realizing how many fucking they equate this shit to the drug game so much, and it's like, no, this is definitely not the fucking drug game, my nigga. Like, do you know how many stadium acts they are? You feel me? Like,
Mhm. Yeah.
you doing a club show and you being a stadium artist are two totally different things as well. You feel me? It's like
Yeah.
you're not putting asses in seats.
And
So you're not going to make this advance back. You're not going to be as big as an independent artist that you can do with a machine behind you.
yeah.
You could be the best fucking artist in the world, like you said. You feel me? You're not about to push the needle forward. So
Hmm.
what's the point of you even getting into this?
And
Because
and
you
an-
feel good? This is just a
yeah.
hobby at that point.
Yeah. And another thing is it's like people are so accustomed to music being free nowadays. You know what I mean? With like everybody listening to it that they don't want to actually pay to even go see music nowadays. That's why all these people like Sexy Red's canceling their tour. Like all these people can't even do, they're having to cancel their shows and shit because nobody's coming out because everybody's so accustomed to just music being something that's free, that's just out there.
Yep.
And the artists somehow get paid off of advertisements or off of the 0.0.1
Mm-hmm.
of a dollar that we get off a stream. Like
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to somebody the other day and I was like, man, like the music contracts is a lot like kind of like the Declarations of Independence or whatever, which
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of like it's just like it's outdated. Like these music contracts, they're outdated to like a different time period. You know what I mean? Like and then somebody needs to go through and just change everything to make it where it's like to this day, because it's really hard for artists to really make music. You have to end up doing all this other stuff like doing streams and becoming an influencer and like everything that I'm doing is just because it all started with just my music. Because I started putting out my music about 2 years ago, and nobody was really paying attention. So I was like, man, I wish there was like different kind of platforms that were available, So I just started doing that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you almost have to like and like just like how you were talking about with like hip hop and stuff earlier, like think whenever we were younger and stuff, like you didn't really know a lot about these artists. The only thing you really knew about them was what you seen whenever you opened up the CD and you took out the little booklet and you looked at the
Mm-hmm.
pictures and read whatever. And then now it's like all these artists, they're not really even selling their music, they're selling themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like the WWF, like look at my chain, I'm a
Mm-hmm.
hustler, I'm this, I'm that. My
Hmm.
music's trash, but I'm cool though. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like
It's
that's what,
like it's like the thing with the Sex Pistols, right? And the Sex Pistols was like they had a fucking classically in the beginning, they had a classically fucking trained musician on their roster, but he didn't look punk.
yeah,
So they basically got Sid Vicious, you feel me? Because he couldn't play a fucking instrument, but he looked punk, you feel me? So it's
yeah,
like let's bring Sid in and make him part of the Sex Pistols because he looks the part, you feel me? Like we
yeah,
don't care if he can play a fucking instrument. We'll get to that later, you feel me? So
yeah.
that's why I'm saying it's like it's the same. It's been the same for a long time, you feel me? It's
Mm,
like the music industry had to catch up to what the world was doing, you feel me? The
yeah,
world started pirating. Nigga, we had Napster, you feel me? We had with
yeah.
LimeWire, you feel me? It's like the music industry was going bankrupt as fuck.
Mhm.
Which, and I would love to hear your thoughts on the but we'll get into that, you feel me, about the Drake the Drake lawsuit, you feel me? Because
Yeah.
people don't understand how important that is, you feel me, and what that's actually going to do to the music. It's like if you're still trying to get signed at this point, it's like it's stupid, you feel me? It's
Yeah.
like go do something else, like go
My
try to figure it
but
out.
I think that it's funny though that Drake's the one that's bringing it to attention whenever he's the one that's been doing it the most. You know what I mean? Like he's been plant industry plant. Like nothing against Drake, you know what I mean? His music's alright,
100%.
but for the longest time he's been an industry plant that when what I mean is that no matter what he puts out, it's gonna sell. No matter what he does, it's gonna sell, like type shit. You know what I mean?
Because he
And
understands the business of music.
well,
And if it doesn't serve me in this moment, then I should turn to get to, especially if it's illegal.
yeah,
Even
but
if,
I think it's like one of them things that like Drake for the longest time was just like too big to fail. Like you know what I mean? Like there's too many people with too much money behind him that they're gonna make sure that he's gonna look like he's at least selling records. And as long as you look like you're selling records, then everybody else is gonna follow. Because it's almost like it's like the shepherd walking around the field. Like if a shepherd ain't got no sheep following him, then he's just walking by himself. But then if you get a couple sheep, then the other sheep are gonna start following you. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's what they've been doing with these a lot of artists, and I feel like Drake just kind of got beat in his own game in a way because Kendrick, like, you know what I
not
mean?
really.
Nothing against Kendrick and shit, but like they just blowing him up like he's the greatest ever, and he's, you know what I mean? Like I don't know, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to hate on him and stuff, but
No, he's
you know,
subpar
yeah,
compared
exactly.
to what Drake is.
Yeah, like Drake, like whenever it comes down to it, like I'm not a big fan of either one of them, but like I can think of songs from Drake, like especially like on that one album where it's like if you're hearing this, it's too late or whatever it
Hmm.
was. Like I
Hmm.
can think of a lot of songs from Drake that I actually liked. I was like,
Hmm.
damn, like that actually touched me, you know? Like
Hmm.
Kendrick, you know what I mean? I'm not really he be saying a lot, but a lot of it don't be making sense. And he just people be all like, oh, he's so lyrical, he's so this, and it's like he's really, you know what I mean, just rhyming words a lot of times. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
he's very. I would say he's more so, way more to the point than what people try to be like. He's so deep.
Yeah,
He's really not. You
nah,
feel me?
nah,
Because
he's not.
that's the thing that people try to push on to him, like, oh my god, this is so deep, and I'm like,
Yeah,
it's really not. Like,
yeah. Like they try to put him on some like MLK platform or something. Like he's like doing so much, and he's like, you know, for the people and makes protest music. It's like I
mhm,
ain't heard no protest songs. Like you
mhm.
know what I mean? Like that's always what I hear is how he makes protest music. Where they at? Like you know
My
what I
nigga,
mean?
he made one song that people started chanting at a Black Lives Matter rally, and now it's like he's
Yeah.
for the people. Oh, he won a Nobel Peace Prize. I mean, nigga, I know a fucking whatchamacallit, a journalist from fucking South Africa who won the Nobel Peace Prize that you'll never talk about. So at the
Yeah.
end of the day, like, what the fuck does that actually mean? You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, Drake actually understands the business of which Kendrick understands the business of rap as well, right?
I think Kendrick is more like got people around him. I think like he's more of a new plant. Like I think Drake didn't go along with something, so the powers that be needed somebody else to play that position. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
100%. Because well, what it really is he's he's asking for more than they are willing to give, right? So it's like Dave Chappelle said it perfectly. He said his father told him in the beginning, make your price. If the number ever gets higher than your price, get the fuck out of there. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because like now it's like We heard about this fucking epic deal that Drake has just did like a few years ago where it was 400 million. Now
Yeah.
he's like, oh no, we gotta yank that price up if y'all want me to sign back. Because just think about the fact of Drake becomes an independent artist, the music industry is over in the rap space, right?
Yeah.
There is no way you can bounce, the music industry can bounce back from that. It's just like Kanye. When Kanye became an independent artist and he's still selling gold and platinum records, you feel me? It's like, how can the music industry compete with something like that?
Yeah,
As
but
far as the
the
rap,
thing that be like hard for me though is like I'm a big Kanye fan, like that's like my favorite artist, you know. But it's like, you know, like how they'll be like, it'll be like, oh my, like every artist that comes out, especially they're always like, oh, I'm number one, my album's number one right now, or I'm doing this. But the thing is you don't hear nobody playing their music. You don't see,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like that Vultures album, I don't ever hear like it nowhere. You know what I mean? Like,
But okay, I'm looking at it like this, right? It's like it's different markets, it's different people. It's like you have people in like in the space that I was in and that you're in, right? It's the black community, right? Where we're marketing music mostly to the black community. You can go into the subsections of that where it gets more hypercritical, which we were going into is well, what I can't speak for you, but I was going into a more subsection of the black community, which is hip hop culture. You feel me?
yeah,
Which it's not that many people. I'm gonna say it's a few million people. You're talking about the black community and like a Sexy Red. Like, let's ask the question: why is Sexy Red not putting asses in seats? Why does she have to cancel tours like this? Why is Ice Spice, you feel me, on side of Taylor Swift right now, but she's only selling 4K album sales? You feel me?
yeah. I think a
It's
lot of it.
because we're marketing to people who do not buy music at all,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
There's, bro, go to I'm telling you, go to a Ariana Grande concert. It's packed. Go to
yeah.
a Taylor Swift concert. It's packed. Go to a Olivia Rodrigo concert.
Like a
It is
or
fucking packed.
or
You
like a
feel
bad
me?
or like a Bad Bunny. You know what I mean? That does
Bad
like
Bunny, you feel me?
30,000,
You know why?
thirty
Because they are
thousand.
marketing to people who actually buy music. You feel me?
Yeah,
People in the black community, we do not. I love the black community. You feel me? We don't buy fucking records. We're trying
yeah,
to figure out how to pirate that shit. If I
yeah,
like a song, I'm gonna listen to that song. I'm not gonna buy the album.
yeah. No,
So
you definitely got a point. And another thing to add to it is I feel like a lot of it's, which could be like shows, these artists, they're not really putting on shows. They're going up there, they're just playing their song and they're just yelling over the track. They still got the vocals
100%.
on the track. You know what I mean? It used to be let's say like if you want to go see somebody perform, you know what I mean? Like you want to actually see them perform. Like, you
Perform,
know,
you feel me? It's showmanship. We don't
yeah,
have showmanship. We
yeah,
don't have
not just
people.
stand up there and not even know your words to your song and you just yelling over it and it just sounds like trash and you just dancing around doing some dumb dance like trying
Cause
to
like
hype
let's
and
be
shit.
real with it. You feel me? It's like when hip hop was starting, the people who are in the fucking seats, if you go back and look at these shows, it's a bunch of upper class, upper class white children. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like it's not no people in the hood. They might have came to the hood from time to time, but
Yeah.
their
They go
money
to
isn't coming from the hood.
the hood shows and stuff, but whenever it comes to like the arena shows, yeah, you're right. Like or
You
a
feel me? It's
pavilions and stuff.
Michael Jackson. You feel me? You don't see a plethora of people in the black community there. You feel me? It's a bunch of
Yeah.
people who are actually paying for the music, who have the capital to play. Like people are making struggle music to struggling people. You feel me? That's the
Yeah.
biggest thing in the black community is like, where's your struggle? Why are you not making no shit that's gonna uplift people and help the struggle? And nigga, they are not buying the music. I know it sounds harsh when you say shit like that, but at the end of the day, why am I marketing to people who can't afford to buy a ticket to my show? Why
Yeah.
would I do that? They're trying to figure out how to get food on their fucking plates. Why would they be they don't have the luxury to give, and then they're a small minority of the population. Why am I marketing music to a minority class? That is stupid.
Yeah.
In its essence, it's just fucking stupid. Not to say that you can't make money off the chitlin circuit. Look at Tyler Perry, you feel me? His plays were initially to working class black people, you feel me? He was going out there on the chitlin circuit. But then when he made enough money, he started putting his resources into making movies. You feel me?
Yeah.
Who were coming out to see those Medea movies, you feel me? Middle class people who can actually afford to go and take time out of their day to go see a Diary of a Mad Black Woman, the movie, who never ever watched the fucking stage play. You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, so and then he went to a very niche audience that he marketed to, which was the black churches. You feel me? You have you have like those lower middle class black women who are going to see these plays. Because they going to church, you feel me? They going to work and they ain't got shit else to do. Oh, Tyler Perry in time, we'll go see his play. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, but we in the music space, you feel me? Especially like those lower middle class black women and black men who have a family and a home, they're not listening to no fucking hip hop music. You feel me? They'll go see a Southern Soul show. They'll go see, you feel me, a blues show, you feel me, when they got some time. But they not coming to see no fucking hip. Why would I want to come somewhere where at the end of the day these kids about to shoot this bitch up?
Yeah.
What's the point of me being here?
Yeah.
Or go to the club to go see some kids act a fucking fool. Like, no. So
Yeah.
you're marketing towards a dying breed, you feel me? And it's stupid to do so because you're not actually trying to make money in the music industry. I don't care about what hot song that you just made in the studio and you think you about to market this and get $1 million. Like, it's not about to fucking happen, buddy. They're not signing any more drill rappers. They're not signing any more hustling niggas. Like, it's over with. Like, you feel me? You're not making money for this place to sustain itself. You're not keeping the lights on at Def Jam. Drake was keeping the lights on. They're trying to market Kendrick, thinking he's going to keep the lights on in hip hop. It's not happening. The same way that when Drake started popping off and became the biggest, you feel me? That's when hip hop became the biggest genre in the fucking world.
Yeah, but you could argue that Drake is pop too. You know what I'm saying? And hip hop in a way is pop. Like even in a way like Sexy Red is pop somehow. Like you know
But
what I
I
mean?
mean, not anymore though. Not
Well,
anymore. If she was pop, she would be able to put asses in seats.
yeah, but I'm just saying though, like that whole like pop music has changed. It's not like Backstreet Boys, Britney Spears anymore. Like these
But it's
artists.
coming back to it. It's coming. Look at it. Look at a Chapel Roan. Look at Olivia Rodrigo. Look at the pop, but Billie Eilish.
Yeah,
They're putting asses in seats right now. Hip hop is not going to be the top commodity that it was in the 2010s anymore.
yeah,
You're not going to get another ASAP Rocky. You're not getting another. You feel me? We're
yeah,
not getting another Drake. We're not getting J. Cole doing what he once did. Those college kids grew up. They're adults now.
yeah.
These kids are listening to NBA Youngboy, and where's NBA Youngboy? In
Yeah.
fucking jail right now.
Well, they're all locked up. Like you know,
Lil Durk.
yeah, and that's another reason why these labels probably don't want to sign a lot of these artists. You know what I mean?
They're
Because they're afraid they're just
liabilities.
gonna get locked up. You know what I mean? And
They're looking at ROIs, you feel me? Return on investment.
yeah,
These niggas are not good ROIs.
yeah.
Uh, uh,
In a
uh,
way, though, in a way, somehow they are too. In a way, because a lot of times whenever they go to jail, they become more authentic in people's eyes. So they're gonna do more streams and stuff. Because if you could get people like you can make music, you can make money in music if you can get on playlists and you have people playing your music on Spotify and like let's say like everybody's at work and every day you get thousands of streams, like you can make a living, like a decent living on it. You know what I mean?
mhm.
But the fact is though is like a lot like whenever it comes to independent artists, you're not getting those suggestions. It's not like whenever you're on Spotify listening to music and the next song pops up, that next song is gonna be a major artist because they're put themselves in that position. You know what I mean? It's hard for an
100%.
independent artist to get on them playlists where or get suggested, like be like, oh, you like this artist, you might like this person. Like, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? It's hard for little people to get into that position. But if you
Yeah,
can get
because
in
it's
that
a
position,
machine behind it.
yeah. But these artists, they can be sitting in jail and they're still making money for their record labels and stuff. You know what I mean? Because
Mhm.
because they're still people still playing their songs, they're still watching their videos, they still streaming their music and stuff.
But check this out. I would ask if that was the real case, right? Then these labels wouldn't be in a panic right now, and they wouldn't be like they would be literally trying to sign more of these acts who are like that. You feel me? At the end of the day, a Lil Durk couldn't do an arena tour.
Yeah,
Look at when they tried to do this. When a 21 Savage tried, he had to go sit next to Drake in order to do arena tour. You
yeah,
feel me?
yeah,
He couldn't do it. Yes, you can make your little pennies on a dollar, you feel me? But is that actually make like okay, record labels, they'll sign 10 artists just for one of those artists to blow up and make the money. So
yeah,
that'll be their return on investment on all these 10 artists. You feel me?
yeah,
Nowadays, they can't even get a return on investment on any of these 10 artists.
yeah.
Why? Because they can't tour. They can't like if you can't tour, you can't actually sit down to make a decent record, bro. Like you're not doing like these dudes. It's like fly by night type shit. You feel me? It's like you'll listen. Tell me when, like you might have listened to a Lil Durk song when he was coming out with all that Hellcats and whatchamacallit, whatever that shit was. You feel me? You
Yeah,
listen to that song, right? But are you listening to that album anymore?
yeah.
So is the record label still really making money off this? No.
Well, and that's another thing that's lost too is like people like have gotten wind to the fact that these artists they just get one good song and then they make an album with like 8 filler, 9 filler tracks, and then you know what I mean. So they really got singles. Like it's not projects. Like you know what I mean. Like Stillmatic was a project. You know what I mean.
Yep.
Like my Twisted Heart and Fantasy, that Kanye album, my
Oh
Dark
yeah.
Twisted Heart and Fantasy, that's just a project. Like you could listen from the first song to the end song, and it just flow together. Like it's a project. You know what I mean? Like a lot of these artists, they're not dropping projects; they're just dropping one song. So nobody's even really checking out their albums. I don't really feel like anymore. You know?
You did because it's like, and then it's like, who's actually listening to that? Like that first Britney Spears record, you feel me? People are still going back listening to that. You feel me?
Yeah,
Like regardless of what Britney's doing today, you feel me? I'ma still listen to "You Drive Me Crazy." You feel me? I'ma still listen to "Hit Me, Baby, One More Time." Like
yeah,
you're listening to the project as a whole. The first Strokes album, you feel me? I'm
yeah.
still listening to that right now. You feel me? The first Black Sabbath album. I'm still listening to that right now. You feel me? You're
Well,
right. It
and this,
got watered down. It's the
yeah,
difference between a 5 course meal and a fucking McDonald's cheeseburger. You feel me?
yeah, and it's like think about this too. Is it's kind of crazy. Is it's like while you were mentioning like rock groups and rock music and stuff like that. Like in rock, like it's very common for an artist just to have a one be like a one hit wonder. Like
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? Like uh that cut my life into pieces. You know that
Mm-hmm.
Papa Roach song. Like you know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean? Like I would go just to see him perform that song, but
Perform that. You
I
feel
don't
me?
know any of their other songs, and I've had that CD. You know what I mean? Like, but in hip hop, it's completely different. It's like if you have a one hit and then you play that shit a couple years later, then people they're not. It's not like how it is in the rock
It
community
don't
where
hit the same.
embrace it. You know what I mean? Where you could make like as a in like rock and stuff like that, you could literally come out with one good song and then the rest of your life eat off that song. Go do
100%.
shows and eat off that song and everything. You know what I mean? But with hip hop, it's not like that. It's like you have to constantly keep keep doing new stuff. Unless you're like artists that really got hits. Like I would go see a greatest hits of Kanye, but I wouldn't really
100%.
want to see
M
his new shit.
fucking
Yeah. Same with
50
him. Like,
Cent. 50
but I
Cent just
wouldn't.
did a residency.
Yeah,
I'll go
but
to
I
that.
wouldn't want to go to an M concert and see any of his new music. And that's just me personally, you know what I mean? But I would love to hear like the older stuff, like the like Marshall Mathers LP, the
Yeah.
Slim Shady
One
LP,
and two.
Midnight Show.
Well,
Yeah,
no, not two. But
yeah. But
recovery.
yeah, but it's like you know what I mean. But with artists and stuff, it's like they don't do that. They just always want to just keep pushing new shit. Like they don't really be trying to fall back on their old hits. Like they might play them in the concerts and stuff. You know what I mean? At their shows, like they probably go to a couple of them, but they're really just trying to keep promoting whatever they got right now because they just
Because
want to.
they don't have them. They
Yeah,
don't have them. You feel me?
yeah,
Like they just don't. You feel me? It's like it's not the same caliber. It's these kids who are on like some shit. They stumbled in, like they were on these apps, and then they stumbled into a good studio, or somebody saw that, hey, I can mark like like Megan Thee Stallion, or any one of these myriads of these dudes, like a King Von or a Dirk or somebody. These niggas wouldn't actually like blood, sweat, and tears. Somebody saw, who was in the music industry already, saw that I can make some money off this kid. This kid has an authentic look. Let me
Yeah.
bring them in the studio, you feel me, and let you make whatever the fuck you're gonna make, you feel me, and then I'm gonna put that out.
Yeah.
Like, they're not doing it themselves because they're not passionate about it. They don't
Yeah.
give a fuck, you feel me. They saw, oh, I can make some change off this. It's more so, it's the producers, it's the engineers, it's the management, you feel me, who actually saw that they can do something with this person. This person can't actually make fucking music, you feel me.
That's why they can't even perform their own song. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
why they go up there and they just, and a lot of it's like the music's not timeless. Like a lot of the songs that those one hit wonders, them songs are timeless. Like you could go play them at any time and still gonna be relatable. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the hip hop's not like that in a way. Like,
Mhm.
you know, but so before we wrap it up, man, what is it that you would like people to know about you as an artist, or basically like what do you want people to know about you before?
Man, I'm just a great dude, like, it's just me as a person, you feel me. It's like, if you listen to the music, you feel me, you have a small sliver of what I am, so I'm just trying to. I'm one of those people who's like trying to create a great body of work, or like, I aspire for like Grammys and fucking television and directing and being behind the scenes, you feel me, making power moves, doing things that your average person isn't trying to do necessarily. And if you understand these things, then you'll give the music a listen, you feel me. You'll give more than just one song a listen, you feel me. You might not fuck with everything, you feel me. Everything ain't gonna hit for everybody, you feel me, but I got some gems in there, you feel me, that you'll be like, yeah, like, I can dive in, I can live here for a second, you feel me. My
Yeah.
favorite artists that I've listened to have been people that weren't making, like, if I'm just going into the hip hop space, you feel me? You just can't get satisfied off of one Nas song, you feel me? You gotta listen to the entire Illmatic, you feel me? You
Mm.
can't listen to one MF Doom song, you feel me? You gotta go into the myriad of works that he's been dropping, you feel me? Or Earl Sweatshirt, you feel me? You gotta dive into that shit, you feel me? And
Yeah.
that's what I aspire to do, you feel me? Where it's like, if you're going to be that, oh, one size fits all person, you feel me, I wouldn't even want you to listen to my shit, you feel me. Like, you got to get into this, you feel me, because I'm putting pain in this shit, I'm putting hurt in this shit, I'm putting life into this shit, I'm putting happiness into this shit, you feel me. It's like, it's so much that goes into it, you feel me, where it's a fucking homunculus, you feel me. It's
Mm.
like, I'm trying to achieve the philosopher's stone over here, you feel me. You're not about to get the philosopher's stone by doing one fucking transmutation, my nigga. You gotta go in, you feel me? You gotta sacrifice some babies, you feel me, for this type of shit that I'm over here doing, you feel me? Like,
Mm.
it's big and it's heavy, you feel me. It's like, you might see it, it's probably a little small, a tiny small ball that you see. If you pick that bitch up, you feel me, it's so dense, you feel me. It's like, I can't pick this up. I can't hold this by myself. So that's what I'm trying to achieve, you feel me. I'm trying to achieve greatness, you feel me, not some lackluster shit that's gonna be here today, gone tomorrow, you feel me. I'm trying to be forgotten at the end of the day, where this music is so fucking timeless that it transcends what a person is actually thinking something like this can do. And then it's authentic, you feel me.
Mhm.
Authenticity is like the key word behind it, you feel me, because it's like, you're not going to, when I die, you feel me, you're not going to get no more of this shit that I'm putting down, you feel me. you're
Yeah.
not gonna you're not gonna hear no shit like this, you feel me. I've transcended boundaries, you feel me. I don't have a genre, you feel me. So it's to the point where it's like, this person is going to listen to this section of my music and they're going to 100% get it. You feel me? But there's going to be another person who's going to listen to this section of my music. They're going to 100% get it. It's not something that it's not no fly by night shit. You got to sit with this. You got to listen. You got to dive in. You feel me? They're gonna write about this shit that I'm doing one day. You feel me? They're gonna put this in thesis papers. You feel me? Like you can listen to Kick Push by Lupe Fiasco and think that's all he had to offer. You feel me?
Yeah,
But
but
at the
that
end
hip
of the
hop
day,
saved my life. The hip hop saved my life. That's one of my favorite songs, man.
thank you. You feel me? Because you're a person who went in depth with it. You feel me? You sat with it and it was like he had off of listening to Kick Push. You seen, oh, he has something to say.
Yeah,
Let me follow this and see where it goes. You feel me?
yeah,
Food and Liquor was like one of the greatest fucking albums on the fucking planet. But
mm,
if you just think that Kick Push is all that is, you're not going to listen to the gravitas of a Murals, you feel me? And see
yeah,
what he was really kicking in that shit, you feel me? And it's
yeah.
so deep. But man, that's all I'm trying to convey to people.
For sure, for sure. So where can people find you? Like what's your social media platforms and stuff?
Man, you can type in Ian Connor on Google, you feel me? And that'll give you everything. IENCONNER. Just Google it. You'll have all my social media from Twitter to Instagram to SoundCloud to Audio Mac to anything you need. Shout out to Big Strokey Bobby, you feel me? You Google Strokey Bobby, you feel me? Strokey is one of those artists who, and then I hate that I didn't mention it at first. Like Strokey is an artist that inspires me because he's like transcended so fucking much. You feel me? It's like he gives he gives that pack, my nigga. Like if I'm talking in hood terms, you feel me? It's like it's so dense the work and nobody's putting it down like him. He's an artist that I can say I would suggest people go listen to before you listen to me. You feel me?
Yeah,
Because the work is so great. You feel me? But you type in Ian Connor on Google, you feel me? You'll see a myriad of work, you feel me? And then you can just dive into it. I have mixtape work that has nothing to do with the catalog that I'm trying to create. But if you want side projects, you can just go into that. I have fucking actual projects that I've like put years of work into just on that, you feel me? If you want to listen to it and dive in. And if you're actually a fucking fan of music, you feel me? Not a casual listener or not a person who's just trying to see like what's the next big thing. You feel me? If you're not trying to be influenced, I'm the best artist you can listen to. You feel me? Because it's like I'm not trying to influence you. Listen to this shit if you want to. Don't if you don't. You feel me? Like I'm not trying to program you. I'm not trying. This is just my life. You
for
can
sure.
listen to it if you fucking want to, but you probably didn't grow up exactly like. But I can hit. I always say that thing is I can do what these motherfuckers do. They can't do what I do though. That's where the difference is gonna come in. I can give you trap shit. You feel me? I have some trap shit in there. You feel me? If you like that, I can give you some rock shit. You feel me? Got some rock shit in there. I can give you some spiritual uplifting shit. You feel me? I got some shit like that in there. You feel me? You can dive into this and get whatever's your taste in music. You feel me? So
For sure,
boom.
for sure, man. Well, I appreciate you being on here, man.
I
For sure,
appreciate you, man.
for sure, man.
Boom.
Hold up.
Wonderful conversation, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to end it. Hold up.